Masantosya Kabusan in Pangasinan, magandang umaga in Tagalog, naimbag ng bigat in Ilocano, or should I say good morning to everyone. My name is Billy, your tour guide for today. On behalf of Rovers Hub Travel Agency, I'd like to welcome you to the home of the 100 Islands and the 100 Flavors, the province of Pangasinan. Before we start our tour, if you have any question, please feel free to comment your question in the comment box below. Now, let's start our tour. Let me start from the country where the province of Pangasinan is located, none other than the Philippines. The Philippines is an archipelago found in the Southeast Asia, comprised of more than 7,000 islands, dotting the Pacific Ocean. Thanks to the geographical features of the Philippines, the country is gifted with a stretches of pristine white sands, beaches surrounded by crystal clear waters. In fact, several Philippines islands and beaches like Boracay, Palawan, and Siargao have been consistently named as the best in the world by major travel publications. But there's more to the Philippines than just being idyllic tropical destination for highland hopping, getaways, and beach adventures. The Philippines is also home to the world-renowned natural wonders like an underground river and rice terraces. Incredible diving spots enriched in biodiversity, colorful public transportation in the Philippines, unique cuisine, vibrant festival that showcase its colorful culture, and friendly locals regarded as some of the happiest in the world. The country's official tourism slogan is "It's more fun in the Philippines" because whatever type of travel adventure you're looking for, you're bound to discover a fun experience in the Philippines. Aside from the Philippines' picturesque spots, the Filipinos' warm and hospitality is a reason itself for you to visit the country. In fact, the Philippines often ranked as the friendliest country in Asia. The moment your plane lands here, you will be greeted with the genuine and loving smile of Pinoys. Before we start our tour in Pangasinan, let me discuss the itinerary of our tour. Our itinerary is starting with Tayug Sunflower Eco Park, Agritourism Park, Lingayen Beach, 100 Island National Park, Tondol White Sand Beach, and Patar Beach. Now let me start with the humble beginnings of Pangasinan. Pangasinan was among the earliest political and administrative units in the Philippines. It was officially conquered and colonized by D. Martin de Gotti in 1571. On April 5, 1572, Pangasinan was made an encomienda by the Spanish royal crown to receive instruction on the Catholic faith, which means that Pangasinan was organized under one leader and had one identity before the Spanish royal court. 8 years later, in 1580, Pangasinan was organized into a political unit under an alcalde mayor who at that time had authority as head of the province or provincial government with judicial function, indicating that Pangasinan has become the province. To commemorate the day with Pangasinan become an encomienda and the year it became a province, Pangasinan celebrates April 5, 1580 as the official founding day of the province of Pangasinan. At that time, its territorial jurisdiction included the province of Zambales and parts of La Union and Tarlac. By the middle of the 19th century, however, the northern town of Agoo to Bacnotan were separated from the province and became part of La Union. The provincial territory was further diminished in 1875 with the annexation of Panique and other towns south of Tarlac. So these are the significant periods of Pangasinan. In pre-Spanish period, an ancient Malayo-Polynesian of the Austronesian stock arrived by boat and established settlement along the Lingayen Gulf. They are proficient in salt making, so they called their new home Pangasinan, which means the place where salt is made. This refers to the coastal area only, while the inner areas are collectively called Cobolwan because the small bamboo species called bulo abound there. The inhabitants of Pangasinan traded with the India, China, and Japan as early as the 8th century AD. In 1572, Juan de Salcedo, upon the orders of his grandfather Governor General Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, to explore and pacify northern Luzon, reaches Pangasinan. A Spanish priest historian Fray Juan Ferrando calls Salcedo the first discoverer of Pangasinan. The province is now under the jurisdiction of Spain as encomenda since April 5. In 1574 and 1575, the Chinese corsair Limahong, after being repulsed by the Spaniards, in his bid to found a colony in Manila, goes to Pangasinan and establishes little kingdom within a fort in Lingayen. His party is composed of men, women, and children. He forces the natives to cooperate with him by supplying him provision and serving him and his people. Juan de Salcedo pursues him, and after months of blockade, Limahong and his forces escape in August 1575 through a channel that they dug out in the China Sea. Many of his men with their families choose to stay behind Lingayen. In 1580, Pangasinan is organized as an alcaldía mayor, a politico-civil administrative unit or province, by Governor General Gonzalo Ronquillo de Pinalosa, and receives its first alcalde mayor in the person of Don Pedro Manrique. In 1611, the province of Pangasinan territorial limits are set by the superior government, thus completing the requisite for viable political subdivision, a defined territory. A set of administrators and law-abiding subjects, the province as constituted now include all the coastal villages called Pangasinan and the inner areas called Cabuluan. The boundaries are from San Juan, now in La Union, in the north to the foothills of the Cordillera and Caraballo Mountains in the northeast and east, to Paniqui in the south, to the present area of Suwal Town in the west, plus the area that is in the present-day Zambales. In 1660, Malong Revolt, Andres Malong of Binalatongan leads the revolt of the Filipinos against the Spaniards. They were encouraged by the short takeover of Manila by the Dutch. He declared himself as Ari, but their declaration of independence is short-lived as they are subdued by the Spaniard in less than a month. In 1762, Palares Revolt. Juan de la Cruz Palares, also of Binalatongan, led his people to complain to the Spaniards about paying tributes. Encouraged by the defeat of the Spanish army and capture of Manila by the British, they go on to make more demands and drive away all the Spaniards from the capital town of Lingayen. For 2 years, the rebels and their supporters in the province taste freedom and power over the Spanish government, but the capture of Palares ends the rebellion. To forget this sad episode, the Spanish officials give town Binalatongan its new name San Carlos, its honor of Spain reigning monarch Charles III. In 1840, the Casa Real, or Royal House, is constructed in Lingayen. This 1,700 square meter building of stone masonry and bricks is the provincial seat of government where the alcalde mayor resides and holds office. It would be the venue of many historic events in Pangasinan and was used as the Juzgado later on. In 1855, the Spanish government opened Sual as an official port of foreign trade. Rice is exported to China and Macau from this port. It is also one of the country's centers of shipbuilding together with Labrador, Lingayen, and Dagupan. In December 27, 1897, General Emilio Aguinaldo, accompanied by the Spanish governor General Primo de Rivera and others, takes the train to the Gupan terminal and travels on to Sual to board the SS Uranus that is to bring him to exile in Hong Kong to comply with the Pact of Biak na Bato. In July 22, 1898, Pangasinan is liberated from the Spanish rule, the local board of Katipunan that was organized by General Francisco Macabalos of Central Luzon. 4 months earlier and led by Don Daniel Baramba of Santa Barbara, Vicente del Prado of San Jacinto, Juan Quesada, and Eliseo Arzandon of Dagupan defeat the Spanish forces, making a last stand in Dagupan. Thereupon, they reenact the proclamation of independence done at Kawit 40 days earlier. In February 5, 1899, a day after the start of hostilities of the Philippine-American War, President Aguinaldo directs Pangasinan Governor Quesada to transfer the provincial capital to San Carlos to protect the province from the threat of coastal invasion by the American. As Lingayen is located right by the Gulf, San Carlos does serve as the capital of the province. From this day until the fall of the Republican force in Pangasinan in November of the same year. In August 1899, in a barrio in Bayambang, Jose Palma, a staff member of the revolutionary government newspaper La Independencia, writes write a poems that become the lyrics for the melody of the La Marcha Nacional Filipina, composed by Julian Felipe. This poem is translated later to Filipino and given the title to Lupang Hinirang, which is now the Philippine national anthem. It was written in the house of Doña Romana G. Vida de Favis. This house served as the Malacanang of the Aguinaldo Republic momentarily in November 1899. The said barrio is now part of Bautista. Early November 1899, the Philippine-American War reaches Pangasinan. General Emilio Aguinaldo, the president of the First Philippine Republic, transferred the seal of his government to Bayambang, and it momentarily becomes the capital of the republic. The Council of Government also convenes for the last time in Bayambang, in which meeting it was finally decided to disband the army and resort instead to guerrilla warfare. The formal working of the central government of the First Philippine Republic thus ended in Bayambang. In November 20, 1899, General MacArthur and General Lawton's columns successfully link up with General Wetton's in Dagupan, marking the end of overt warfare in Pangasinan and completing the American conquest of the province. Shortly, military administrators are installed. In 1898, the San Roque Multipurpose Project, or SRMP, in San Manuel and San Nicolas was built to harness the power of the country's third largest river, the Agno River, bringing these benefits to several communities in the heart of Luzon. It operated and maintained properly, flood-controlled irrigation, electrical power, and improved water quality. In 2007, the second half of 2007 marks the commencement of significant changes in the physical appearance and systematic clustering of provincial government buildings, parks, hospitals, and satellite offices. The intensive rehabilitation and repair of the provincial capitol building gained national fame and recognition upon its completion in 2008, earning for it the title Best Provincial Capital in the Philippines. Simultaneously or simultaneous to the renovation of the physical infrastructure of the province, human resource improvement was implemented through program which is resulted to restoration of dignity, self-respect, and professionalism of province or provincial government employees as working force partners in Pangasinan development. It was during this term of government Governor Amado T. Espino Jr. that the founding day of Pangasinan was established, celebrating its 430th founding anniversary for the first time on April 5, 2010. Pangasinan Golden Age took off from this year, which saw numerous investment flowing into the province. In 2016, the golden age of Pangasinan developed even more as the Pangasinan Governor Amado T. Espino Jr. passed the leadership to his son, Governor Amado Espino III, propelled by his sensibility to serve the whole province of Pangasinan in the same excellent fashion as that of his father, the former Governor Amado T. Espino Jr. Governor Amado Espino III was elected governor of the province of Pangasinan in the May 9, 2016 election. He was re-elected as the provincial executive in the recent May 13, 2019 election. Truly quality leadership is easily discoverable by tangible achieving the desired goals with excellence and by exemplifying the virtues of compassion, humility, integrity, and dedication. Pangasinan derived its name from the word Panag-asinan, which means where salt is made, owing to the rich and fine salt beds with which their prior source of livelihood of the province coastal towns. Pangasinan is the third largest province in the Philippines archipelago. The province is crescent-shaped and occupies 536,818 hectares of land area, which constitutes almost one half of the total area of Region 1 and 1.8% of the total area of the Philippines. Pangasinan is composed of 4 cities and 44 municipalities. It is bounded on the north by the Lingayen Gulf, La Union, and Benguet, and on the northeast by the Nueva Vizcaya, on the east by the Nueva Ecija, on the south by Tarlac, and on the west by Zambales and the China Sea. The warm, hospitable, hardworking, and fun-loving 2.56 or 2.65 million Pangasinenses, according to 2007 census, enjoy the best of provincial Philippines, where you can find both the familiar and unfamiliar world abreast of modern technological times, but with a preserved vast panorama of outstanding natural beauty and unique attraction. This is due to the diverse cultural heritage that is rooted in centuries of glorious history and a way of life that is delightful, delightful combination of tradition, innovation, and creativity. Pangasinan is rooted the earth agriculture-based production remains a major source of income for the majority of the population. Aquaculture is also popular in areas where, instead of farmlands, varied squares of artificial ponds for fish rearing are found. Through the years, as the demand for particular fish stocks rose and fell, fish funds owners have adapted by sticking to traditional favored and stable growing fish species like the bangus or milkfish, the malaga, and prawns, with agriculture currently mobilizing more than half of the local labor force. The current administration has seen the need to boost its effort in this area. Like the rest of the countries and the world, 1998 was Pangasinan hottest year with temperature soaring beyond the 40s. The lingering effects of the El Nino and the La Nina phenomenon continues to affect the local climate. Normally, the dry season begins in November to April and wet during the rest of the year. Typhoon intermittently wreak havoc with some serious flooding in the eastern towns. However, the presence of a long coastline with the attractive beaches offsets the hot and humid weather sun-loving tourists affirm the Pangasinan current climate is perfect. Did you know that Pangasinan people are called Pangasinense, an, an equilinguistic group native to the Philippines, numbering 1,823,865 in 2010? They are the 10th largest ethno-linguistic group in the country. They live mainly in their native province of Pangasinan and the adjacent province of La Union and Tarlac, as well as Benguet, Nueva Ecija, Zambales, and Nueva Vizcaya. Smaller groups are found elsewhere in the Philippines and worldwide in the Filipinos diaspora. So for the current census, year 2000 figures place the population at 2,434,086, distributed in the province, 44 towns, 4 cities, and 1,364 barangays. English and Filipinos or English and Filipinos are widely spoken and are the mediums of instruction in all schools. Ilocano is the major dialect spoken by a greater portion of the population in the western and eastern areas. There is some fear that the Pangasinan dialect spoken predominantly in the central areas is losing its hold on the local tongue Bulinaw, and the northernmost tip of western Pangasinan has a unique language of its town also called Bulinaw. Pangasinan has two main products, which is the bagoong or shrimp paste and the alamang that give additional flavor to dishes. I hope you're enjoying our tour, my dear tourists, because we're just starting our tour. Papunta pa lang tayo sa exciting part. Moving on with our tour, let us now visit the majestic attraction that Pangasinan has to offer. Our first stop is the Tayug Sunflower Eco Park, located in Barangay Silichoco in Tayug. The Tayug Sunflower Eco Park is considered as housing the first ever sunflower maze in the entire Philippines. The main attraction in this park is the sunflower, which make for the amazing photos. The 2-hectare park is home to the thousands of sunflowers bloom and several sunflower maze, which feature several photo stops, so you won't have to wait too long to get your turn to snap the pictures. Best of all, the sunflowers are continuously planted throughout the year, so you would be so you can be sure that there will be um, blooms no matter when you visit. You can even take part of the experience you home with you, as the eco park also sells potted and blooming flowers, including um, zinnias, turina, and of course sunflowers. Next is the agritourism part, a refreshing place to visit to get change of pace. The park features areas of flowers and handful of spots to rest, in such as the Indian wigwams, a hut or tent with a dome or conical roof under white rattan heart-shaped tent big enough to pass for a bed, among others. The overall ambience of the park will certainly give color to your day. The next stop is Lingayen Beach, renowned for its fine sands, cool waters, and overall laid-back atmosphere. It is best known as the location where American General Douglas MacArthur landed there um, landed there in 1945 during World War II. This Pangasinan Beach is a well-liked summertime destination for Filipinos looking to relax, unwind, swim, and take in the cool ocean breeze. It is situated in the municipality of Lingayen, the provincial capital. A lot of beachside entries also offer freshly cooked fish. Additionally, it's the ideal location for you to try Lingayen Bagoong, a fish base for which the municipality is renowned. Now let us proceed to our next destination, which is the Hundred Island National Park. The Hundred Island National Park is a popular Pangasinan destination for both domestic and foreign tourists. There are 123 islands in their protected region, which is spread out throughout Lingayen Gulf. The view of this island is even more unique and remarkable because each island has a distinctive shape and it is thought to have developed millions of years ago. While some of the islands have limestone cliffs, others have white sand beach. Quezon Island, named for President Manuel L. Quezon, is one of the more developed islands in the park and has picnic areas, camping areas, and a few small shops where you can buy food. There is a viewing deck and a cave of Governor's Island that you can explore. Children's Island is a family-friendly things to eat swallow waters. Next on our list is the Tondol White Sand Beach, who is earned the moniker the Little Boracay of the North, making it one of the busiest beaches close to Manila. Tondol features extensive length of beautiful white sand and clear blue waters, similar to Boracay, one of the top beaches attraction in the Philippines, given that the shallow section of the seas extend far from the shore. The beach is ideal for families with young children. The area's water are actually shallow enough for you to stroll to the neighboring islands, and at low tide, a number of sandbars will be visible. Now, let us also witness the beauty of our last destination on today's tour, the Patar Beach. One of the Bulinaw and Pangasinan most well-known beach is the Patar Beach. It is only a short distance from the Enchanted Cave. This beach, like many others close to Manila, it well liked by people looking for a quick getaway from the city's bustle. Particularly, Patar Beach is well known for its expansive stretches of golden sand and cool, clear seas that are ideal for swimming. Patar Beach won't let you down if you love watching sunset because of its prime location directly from the West Philippine Sea. As we end our tour, I'd like to thank you, my dear tourists. I hope you enjoy our tour in the province of Pangasinan. I hope that this tour will be remarkable for all of you. Again, on behalf of Rovers Up Travel Agency, we are very thankful for choosing us to become a part of your unforgettable trip here in Pangasinan. I'm looking forward to your next visit.
Get